I'm going to show you some useful minor 7 flat 5 shell voicing inversions. Minor 7 flat 5 chords are also known as half-diminished chords. If you've never played shell voicings, you might want to check out my shell voicing system video. I'll leave a link for that in the description. Before we get into these shell voicings, we need to briefly talk about what an inversion is. If you're already familiar with inversions, skip ahead. A seventh chord of any type is made up of a root, which is the note the chord is built on, plus a third, fifth, and seventh. From bottom to top, you can arrange these notes in any order. If the lowest sounding note of the chord is the root, your chord is in root position. If the lowest note is the third, the chord is in first inversion. If the lowest note is the fifth, the chord is in second inversion. And if the lowest note is the seventh of the chord is in third inversion. In my shell voicing system video, all the chords are in root position, which is mostly what you'll play, especially if the guitar is the only accompanying instrument. That being said, shell voicing inversions work very well as passing chords, and you can use them to fill out the harmony if you're playing with the bass player, who is mostly going to be playing the roots. First and second inversion chords tend to be the most practical, so that's what we're going to look at. We're going to use all G minor 7 flat 5 chords in this video, but once you understand how to use these shell voicing inversions, you can apply this to any root note. This is a root position G minor 7 flat 5 shell voicing. The root is on the 6th string, and then we have a 7th and a 3rd. This is actually the same shape as a root position minor 7 shell voicing. There's no 5th in this particular shell voicing, so there's no 5 to flat, so this is a multi-use shape. You can use this for minor 7 flat 5 or minor 7. To change to first inversion, we need to move our 6th string note 3 frets higher so that the 3rd is the lowest note. We're moving 3 frets higher because the 3rd of a minor 7 flat 5 chord is a minor 3rd, which is 3 half steps or 3 frets higher than the root on the same string. So there's a root, then our minor 3rd or 3 half steps or 3 frets. 1, 2, 3. There's our 3rd. So this is our shell voicing for a first inversion minor 7 flat 5 chord. We're playing the 3rd as the lowest note, and our other notes are the root and the 5th. So we're leaving the 7th out of this chord. And this is another multi-use shape. Depending on context, the listener will hear this as either a minor 7 flat 5 in first inversion or a root position minor 6 chord. Now let's take a look at the second inversion minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now we have the 5th as the lowest note, and this 5th, which is a flat 5, is a minor 3rd higher than the 3rd of the chord. So there's the 3rd. And a minor 3rd is 3 frets or 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. So there's our flat 5. And this shell voicing includes the 5th, in this case flat 5, and the 3rd and the 7th. So this is a rootless voicing. I've included the root in the fretboard diagram, but we're not going to play that root in this shell voicing. The best way to practice these inversions is to play them in chord progression, so that's what we're going to do right now. You're going to see some root position shell voicings. I cover root position shell voicings in another video. I'll leave a link for that, but I will also include diagrams for those shell voicings in this video so you can play the chords. We have F minor 6 with the root on the 5th string, G minor 7 flat 5 in first inversion, C7 with the root on the 6th string, and then back to that same F minor 6. Now, same progression, but we're going to play our G minor 7 flat 5 in second inversion. F minor 6 with the root on the 5th string, G minor 7 flat 5 in second inversion, C7 with the root on the 6th string, and that same F minor 6. To play shell voicings, you need to at least know the names of the notes on strings 5 and 6. I've got a couple videos that can help with that, and I'll leave links for those in the description. For a more in-depth look at shell voicings, check out my book 3-Note Jazz Guitar Chords. I'll leave a link for that in the description as well. And for more guitar lessons like this, please subscribe.